We have risen from the ashes to school the masses. Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the Scholars of Wrestling Show. I am your man behind the microphone, Scholar Jeff. To my right is Scholar Tarek. What's up, sir?
Actually, you know what? I'm kind of relieved.
Relieved? Why is that?
I've been Scholars of Wrestling champion for so long. I think now, knowing that I lost the belt, I'm glad. It's nice to have a break as being Scholars of Wrestling champion. And I couldn't think of anyone better to be the new champion than, I'll take the intro away from you, Scholar Brian.
Oh, you see, I've been away for the last couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And as I said at the beginning of this run up to this pay-per-view, the week that Scholar Tarek was unable to be here, and you know I went on that lengthy rant at the beginning of the show saying I was going to let him, he made his bed, he's going to have to lie in it. Okay? But does the challenger Charlie think that I don't watch these shows when I'm not here? Right? I was going to let it happen. Okay? We know that Charlie's good at predictions. Okay? He always has been. So when we opened up this challenge, I thought, yeah, it's very likely that it's going to come down to Charlie versus Tarek for the title. Tarek made the challenge. He made his bed. He was going to have to lie in it. I was going to let Charlie hold the title. Then I watched last week's show. Once again, okay? The problem with Charlie is he can't not run his mouth. Okay?
Yeah.
At the end of the show, this stuck in my head. Okay? When you said we have to wait and see how Scholar Brian's predictions turn out, and he was like, AJ Styles isn't going to win, so he's out already. Okay? He doesn't say that line.
And thinking you can get away with it. Nope.
He doesn't say that line. He's the champion right now. Okay? But there's only room for one douche on this program.
And I'm assuming that's you?
Okay? So, you want to try to out-douche me?
Do it.
Scholar Tarek? There you go.
This is the official cash-in?
No. The official cash-in happened. This is just the visual.
The ceremonial cash-in. Okay.
And, like I said, I couldn't be any more proud to give this Scholars of Wrestling champion. Put your hands down.
I'm the Vanna White of this exchange.
Here you go, sir. Congratulations on your cash-in.
And
I know you will hold the title with great pride.
And let this be a lesson. Okay? I am normally an easygoing person. Okay? You run your mouth. Stuff like this happens.
Mm-hmm.
Let this be a lesson to you, Charlie. Okay? You could be holding this right now. It was in... Yes, you have the honorary title of Scholar. Yes, you can say that you were champion for about... How long was it? About a half hour?
About
45 minutes, maybe?
I think maybe over an hour.
Okay? But because of your ego, because of the inability to keep my name out of your mouth, you're only getting a cup of coffee in the big time.
Oh, snap. Well, there it is. Strong words from the new Scholars of Wrestling champion. And it is true. The way things roll around here, you run your mouth, things will bite you in the butt.
And now,
as everyone will soon find out.
And to Charlie,
very, very soon.
And to Charlie, with what Brian said, yes, now he's an honorary scholar. Congratulations on that. But don't think you're on the same level as us, sir. No. You're our bitch.
Whoa! Whoa. Okay, I know I went hard, but damn.
You think just now because you have that title, think you're on the same level as us. I'm afraid I've got some bad news. You have to work for that to be able to say, oh yeah, you can come on the show with us and be on our level. We, the three of us, we've been scholars for how many years now?
I believe we timed it out. It's like 6 years that we've been doing this.
Exactly. You have to work to for us to think, okay, you're worth our time. You're actually a scholar, and you know what? You're on our level. But you have to put your time in on that one.
So, we're gonna give you a month to think about what it is that you've done. Okay? It's SummerSlam. Therefore, I, being a fighting champion, as I always have, okay, Scholar Tarek, Scholar Jeff, you're back in the ring. Both of you, we're doing a normal Scholars rules. Free-for-all triple threat match for the opportunity to be champion.
Okay, all right.
After that, if I'm not cocky, I don't.
He was the only real cocky of the champions.
I don't.
I'm a cocky boy. What can I say?
I'm not going to guarantee victory at SummerSlam. I know who I'm dealing with over here, and with the matches that they've already announced, who the hell knows how SummerSlam's got to shake up. But if I am still champion after SummerSlam, we will reevaluate the situation.
Oh yes, we will.
Of which one? Of what? What?
You get to make challenges. You get to set up stuff for your title reigns. Hey, if I'm still champion after SummerSlam, we'll see what happens.
Yes, we will. We absolutely will. Because let's face it, I've got a feeling that Scholar Brian is not going to be the only scholar with a trick or two up his sleeve. Don't worry. I'm sure that doesn't mean anything at all. After all, we need to talk about this past week in wrestling and the exact circumstances that made it possible for you to cash in and become the new Scholars of Wrestling World Champion. So let's get right into it. This is the review show for WWE Extreme Rules 2019. Yes?
Sure. Brian, you're champion. Show that belt off on your shoulder. Don't just let it be sitting on the table off screen.
Okay, all right. And there
it is. Now,
the Scholars of Wrestling Championship for all to see. Let's find out how it all went down. WWE Extreme Rules 2019, starting with the kickoff show, which, again, unfortunately, I had to miss this, and I'm very sad that I did, because my boy, Shinsuke Nakamura, defeated Finn Balor to become the new Intercontinental Champion. And I'm the only one who saw it coming.
It was a really good match. And this, like I said, this was the one match that I was really glad to be proven wrong, even though I would like to have seen Finn actually do something as Intercontinental Champion, because as he was champion, he was gone for like a month and a half. He comes back and he loses to Shinsuke.
And I agree with you in that sense, but knowing what we know now. Okay, Shinsuke Nakamura winning makes more sense than it did when it actually happened. Because it's like, oh yeah, this is cool, but it's a match on the pre-show when about half the building, half of the people that were in the building were gonna be in the building were there. It's like, it was good for the time it was given.
Mm-hmm.
It's Shinsuke and Finn. Like, you give them 20 minutes on an actual pay-per-view, it's a match of the year candidate, but they put it
just under 8 minutes.
They put it just under 8 minutes on the pre-show. So yeah, it was good for what it was, and we got the shock winner. Okay, and now they're setting up something between Shinsuke and Ali. Yes.
That'll be fine.
Yes.
And with the news that came out that Finn actually requested time off,
it makes all the more sense.
This makes more sense with this victory, and now he's going to have basically a rivalry with the new returned Bray Wyatt, which that return was awesome.
Oh, that was so worth the 4 months of vignettes and then him just being gone for a month and just seeing his
puppets backstage.
Completely worth it. And now with the storyline probably being it'll be the Demon versus the Freak, and Bray Wyatt will be the first one on the WWE main roster, because everybody forgets that Samoa Joe did it in NXT, but the first one on the main roster to beat the Demon.
From what I've read today, that we might not get the Demon at SummerSlam. It just may be Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt wins. Finn Balor gets his time off, and then he returns. Finn returns, joining the club. That's the big story going on right now.
I'm good with him joining the club when he returns, but I think that you get the Freak over Moore.
Fiend.
Like you get the Fiend over Moore, and the better move is to have him beat the Demon. Okay, if he just beats regular Finn, he's done that. He's beat regular Finn. Everybody's beat regular Finn.
I've beat regular Finn.
So it's like,
no, I haven't.
Gross.
So it's like the only thing that makes sense is for the Fiend versus the Demon. If you're just having the Fiend versus Finn, it's like, oh, okay, that's a thing. That's it.
Granted, with Bray Wyatt's return, Brian and I over the weekend actually had a conversation about how it was going to happen, but unfortunately it didn't come that way, and what actually happened at the end of the show was actually very disappointing.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
From what we discussed on the phone.
Yep.
Yeah. God, if only that would have happened. We'll explain it to you off camera.
Oh, yes. Please do. But anyway.
But back to this match.
Yes.
It was that for what they were given, it was a good match, and now we're getting Shinsuke Nakamura versus Ali in the future, and Finn Balor versus a returning fiendish Bray Wyatt.
I dig it.
I dig it as well.
Next match, we have Drew Gulak defeating Tony Nese to retain his Cruiserweight Championship.
As I said on Twitter, it was Cruiserweight. It was Cruiserweights doing Cruiserweight things. Why? The WWE makes it so hard to care about these matches that it's like, okay, yeah, this was fun. It's the Cruiserweights doing Cruiserweight things. Always a good time, but in the long run, why do I care? That's it.
It's not the fact of me not caring. It's just I've seen better Cruiserweight title matches, especially when it was like when Buddy Murphy was champion and Ali was champion and all that. But in all honesty, I think Drew Gulak had a better match against Matt Riddle at the 10th anniversary of
obviously.
Evolve.
Well, first of all, okay, he got like 15 to 20 minutes for that.
Yeah.
And it was an indie style match. So it's like, yeah, it's obviously going to be better than a 6 minute.
It just felt that because there was more time given, and it felt like Drew was really wasn't into this. It was just an okay match.
Well, let's think about it. Okay, you get 20 minutes on an Evolve show the night before against Matt Riddle, and you're going hard. Okay, and then you get to Extreme Rules the night after, and they say you're gonna be on the pre-show. You're gonna get 6 to 7 minutes. Do your thing. Okay? It's not gonna... I don't take into account the Evolve match, but based on what they were given for this show, okay, was it the best Cruiserweight match I've ever seen? No. But, okay, it was fine. It's hard to get amped up for a Cruiserweight title match when you know that the WWE doesn't care about its Cruiserweights. Case in point, you mentioned Buddy Murphy. Okay, the first time he's on TV, okay, that is on SmackDown. Okay, and this is why Twitter is an issue with what he did on SmackDown, because on Twitter, after Kevin Owens does his thing where he issues out the names, Buddy Murphy is on Twitter going, "Thank you, Kevin Owens." Okay, and then he comes out during the town hall meeting and says, "Kevin Owens needs to keep my name out of his mouth." I'm like, yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Doing everything he can to stay relevant on TV. That's all I took that.
But then don't say what you said on Twitter. I honestly don't care about Cruiserweights. And Cedric Alexander, okay, yeah, it's nice that he's getting on TV now. Okay, but at the expense of Drew McIntyre, no, don't want it. That's it. If it was a Ricochet style thing, then that's fine. But Cedric Alexander getting the fluke pin after 3 minutes.
Yeah, it made both guys look terrible.
Exactly. So it's like that did nothing. It's good that he's got his 10 minutes of fame on TV, but it did nothing for either man. Once again, showing WWE doesn't care about his cruiserweights. It just doesn't.
Or just storytelling. Since everyone's pointing out, it's like, Cedric Alexander got the best of Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre, and you're just thinking, wait.
Not really.
They beat him. They pinned him last week. The only shock was that, it wasn't the janitor that they were going for. But in the end, Drew and Shane still won that match. So how do they get the better of him? And they're just ignoring that fact because they're just saying, they just get the better of him.
And when he did actually get the better of Drew, it wasn't...
It didn't make him. It made him look good. Didn't make him look good. It made both guys look terrible.
It's a fluke, and Drew McIntyre's going to kill him when they have the rematch. We know that. So it really doesn't help Cedric Alexander in the long run.
Well, speaking of Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre, I came home. I started watching the show in earnest, and just enough time to see them getting beat by The Undertaker and Roman Reigns.
And this did the job it was supposed to do. Okay, we didn't know if The Undertaker could go anymore after Super Showdown. We were like, I was like, after that showing at Super Showdown, I don't need to see him anymore. I don't. I really don't. But, okay, first of all, if he's done, if that was his match for the rest of the year, and we're setting up for Undertaker versus Drew at WrestleMania or something like that, because with what's going on with Drew McIntyre and Cedric Alexander,
it's not happening
right now. If they're trying to set him up for something with the Undertaker at SummerSlam, very bad job, WWE. But first of all, you get that iconic image, like that's the image of the year right now. with the Undertaker doing the cutthroat motion with the eyes rolling back and tongue out, and Drew McIntyre just slowly rises up behind him with the angry Scotsman look on his face. I'm like, that is the image of the year in WWE, at least right now. Like so it makes Drew McIntyre look like a beast. Okay, Undertaker, it got me back into, like, I'm fine with seeing the Undertaker when he's not facing legends. Okay, if he's facing legends, I don't want to see it, because you get the shit like the Undertaker and Kane versus DX, or you get the Undertaker versus Goldberg. But if he's going against people that can actually go, and yeah, sorry, I'm putting Shane McMahon in that in that group. The dude can actually go. It's just I don't want to see him go. That's it. But this did the job. Okay, nobody got hurt in the process of the Undertaker winning, in the Undertaker pinning Shane McMahon. Drew McIntyre still looks like a beast. Roman Reigns can go do his Roman Reigns thing.
We don't even know what Roman Reigns.
Whatever Roman Reigns is gonna do.
I don't particularly care.
Yeah, whatever Roman Reigns is gonna do, as long as it doesn't involve Shane McMahon anymore, whatever. All the more power to it.
No, they'll just pause that and save it for Team Roman versus Team Shane for Survivor Series.
No, because I think what they're doing, what they're setting up for, is Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon. If Shane McMahon loses, he's off TV. That's what I think they're setting up for SummerSlam. So, this did the job. I enjoyed it. It was fun, and this was a match where it was like, I don't know, going in. I don't know.
It was actually, for what they were given with the no holds barred rule, they worked that to their advantage.
Yeah,
and they worked out, and they put in all the spots that they needed to put in. Especially like the best of Shane doing the diving elbow through the table, coast to coast with the trash can.
And he was actually hitting the moves this time.
Yeah,
like it wasn't like he's 5 feet away and Roman Reigns has to act like he got hit in the chest. That's it.
For what was given and for what they were given, the rules or lack thereof with the no holds barred. Yeah. They worked it to their advantage to the point where it was actually a very entertaining match. And yeah, this match definitely made up for Undertaker's match with Goldberg. But that's what happens when you have over 50-year-old guys fighting in over 100-degree.
And one likes to hit himself in the head way too much.
Yeah.
Lesson learned, kids.
Don't bump your head on the block or a cement wall.
Yes, there you go. Bad.
Or a ring post.
Or a ring post. Yeah.
Next match, we've got the Revival retaining their tag titles against the Usos.
My reaction to this was exactly how the crowd was. I didn't care.
Yeah, the crowd wasn't into it, but I'm watching it, and I'm like, see what happens when there's no bullshit. You just let these two teams go. Like, it was clean.
Oh,
like,
it was clean.
Legit, no bullshit at all. You just let these teams go for 10 minutes. The crowd were tired out because, holy shit, they were bonkers for the opening match.
They need some time to recharge.
Anything that came after this match was gonna be, the crowd wasn't gonna be as into as they were supposed to be.
But if they didn't give it their best.
Yeah, this was good. You let tag teams go out and do what they're supposed to do. Do what they know how to do. This was great tag team wrestling. And Revival wins clean. Then they fuck it up the night after. Because you make Dash Wilder look like a goon. because you have to have a 2 out of 3 fall 6-man tag match. What the fuck is that?
Hey, we know exactly what that is.
Oh, you know what that is. But
I just wish I didn't.
2 out of 3 fall 6-man tag. Come on, it's
Whatever.
out of control now.
We've already said our piece about working their way around these commercials.
But you make the tag team champion. You look Dash Wilder look like a goon, losing in a minute, and then it's like yeah okay. The third fall was good because that's what the match was supposed to be. But 2 out of 3 falls, you make your champions, you make everybody involved in that match look like a dumbass.
Yeah, no thank you. But even so, again, like you said, really the only thing that ultimately hurt this match in my eyes was just the position on the card. Just in the immediate aftermath of an Undertaker match, that can be really tough.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do? The match itself, it delivered. Good show on both teams.
And it was the downfall of Tarek and the beginning of my rise.
Speaking of Tarek and rising, Alistair Black defeated Cesaro.
This was a great match.
It was.
This match was awesome.
And
I wish they were allowed to do something similar on the next night on Raw, but no. It was just pretty. It was the equivalent of Sheamus and Goldust storyline, except instead of having like a year span of building Sheamus up to where Goldust is not a challenge anymore, they just save it for the next night with goddamn Cesaro.
But
not the next night. That was on SmackDown. They have it on SmackDown. But hey, they did it again with Cesaro with that goddamn #1 contender tournament or Battle Royal.
That was stupid. You knew it was going to go to Seth Rollins the entire time.
Even it's the fact that they go to Seth Rollins, which I guess we'll talk more of that when we get to the end of the show. But what they did with Cesaro, it was just once again, he was given some highlights, which the crowd were going nuts for. And then he's gone. And then you just hear the crowd just going, God damn it. Again, I posted it on Twitter, my unhappiness. Just seriously, what the hell? What did this guy do to to put on great matches and then just get completely shit on the next night? Or the next 2 nights?
I've got no logical answer for that.
But you know what? I will say this for the match on SmackDown. The best sell ever of a black mass.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
The mouthpiece flying and him just jelly legging it to the floor. That great sell. But as for the pay-per-view match, okay, because we all know that Raw and SmackDown is not Cesaro's best because of WWE creative and Vince McMahon. But when he is allowed to go on a pay-per-view, this got 10 minutes. I would have liked it to get 15, but for the 10 it got, this was exactly what Alistair Black needed.
Honestly, it was a great match for both guys. But in the end, Cesaro looked strong in defeat, and Alistair Black got the rub he needed.
You said it on the show last week. Okay. There was no way anyone was going to get hurt. Cesaro would not get hurt in a loss in this match. This pay-per-view match. A loss here would not hurt Cesaro. Alistair Black needed to win. And this was hard-hitting. This was 2 guys beating the shit out of each other, which is exactly what these 2 need to do. This is their character. This is their strength. And I did like the match on Tuesday. I did. I did not like the Battle Royal. I think the Battle Royal itself was a stupid idea, altogether told. But do I like the fact that they did the match twice in two nights, technically? Alistair Black versus Cesaro? No, but both matches were good. Okay, and I don't think the SmackDown match hurt Cesaro either. The Battle Royal hurt Cesaro more than these two matches because Alistair Black can't lose. Okay, and Cesaro looks strong in defeat both times. So, in that sense, this did its job, and it was very enjoyable to watch while it was happening.
Moving on, we also have Bayley defending her women's championship against Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss.
I will say, when the backstage segment happened and Alexa Bliss gave Nikki Cross that coffee t-shirt, I thought the idea, the pitch that I was going for on the prediction show, I thought that was going to happen.
As soon as she did that too, I was like, okay, yeah, I was expecting something to go down after that.
But no, nothing. Honestly, this match it happened.
It was a thing.
It was a thing. And
Bayley won actually pretty handily.
Yeah.
Like, they are booking Bayley so strong.
Stronger than she's been in a long time.
I like it. And now
we're getting her versus Ember Moon at SummerSlam.
And it was,
sign me up.
And Bayley was the one who was like, I want you at SummerSlam. It wasn't the other way around. It's like Ember Moon wasn't like, hey, can I have a title shot? It's like Bayley is like, you're getting a title shot at SummerSlam. Check your
D20s at the door, lady.
It's the first SummerSlam match, honestly, that I'm like, okay, this one actually, I have an interest. I have to actually think about the prediction.
And this will be this is one of the ones I was talking about. Like this is SummerSlam is not going to be predictable this year. I don't know yet, but most of the time it's like when they announce the match, you're like, okay, I've got an idea. I've got an idea of what's gonna go on. Bayley versus Ember Moon, no clue. No
and
clue
that's
as
what's
of yet.
Gonna make it great.
That's the only match I have so far with the predictability level for me.
Play. The build-up is still going on. The build-up is still young. I'm still looking forward to all the different possibilities.
It's 3 weeks, right?
3 weeks.
3 weeks from now, yes.
Yes. Elsewhere, we also have Braun Strowman defeating Bobby Lashley in a last man standing match.
AKA a Power Rangers giant fight. That's what I thought about this.
Yes.
Okay, you're not wrong.
Minus like the hits that cause explosions. That it was a Godzilla / Power Ranger giant Power Rangers fight.
I'll say this:
it's a big beefy kaiju fight.
I did enjoy the fact that for the first time in years they made it to the mezzanine.
I loved it.
They made this. This was a great last man standing match, like one of the best we've had in a long time. I just have to say, after this match, this didn't advance anybody. Like, this was just like a fun time. 2 bruisers, 2 Power Ranger baddies, the big giant dudes fighting each other. But in the end, what did this really do? What did this really accomplish? Braun smashes things, as he always does.
Braun slam, and then he slams. They go into this like box of nothing. Power slam into a box of nothing. You don't even see them. Braun, 2, 3, Braun through the box.
Yeah,
it's like, oh my god,
it's a Braun in the box.
The best way people have explained it to me, it was Braun Strowman was the Kool-Aid guy bursting through the wall. Oh yeah!
This was the opposite of I'm not finished with you.
I am now finished with you.
They're not on the screen. They're not on the screen, and all you hear is "Bro!" and it comes up. It's the complete opposite of Braun coming in when Roman Reigns was in there. I'm not finished with you. It's just like, I am finished with you. I'm out.
I am now finished with you.
And it was really fun. Hands. It was really fun for the 20 minutes they got.
Oh, so much fun.
Oh boy,
this was a highlight for the show for me.
It was really fun for the 20 minutes it got, but at the end of the show, I was like, yeah, it was really fun. Hell, where do they go from here?
Hopefully this is the end of the feud. This to me is one of those things where I don't see where else they can go with this. So that match was a great feud ender. Just move these guys over to something else. I'm ready to see something.
Which is the problem, because really this feud did nothing for either man.
It's a grudge match.
It's a grudge match. They had their grudge. They ended it off in epic fashion, but in the end, neither guy advanced, neither guy decreased. They're just still there.
Well, that's what happens when you have, waste your time giving the Money in the Bank to Brock Lesnar, and now he wins it. Now it's once again just Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar, the WrestleMania rematch.
Oh, for now, but we'll get to that. In the meantime, the New Day are now 6-time champs as they defeated the teams of Daniel Bryan and Rowan, Heavy Machinery.
And Daniel Bryan is now playing the Silent Man.
I really got nothing to say to this match.
Apparently now there's Bryan.
It
was a match.
It was a match. It was a good match. It was tag teams doing tag team things, good tag team things.
There really was no criticisms for this match. It's just there.
And I know what this is. Okay, Kofi Kingston's not gonna hold the WWE title for much longer.
Now he's a double champion.
Okay, not even that.
Oh, I'm just putting that out.
Biggie got hurt. This was supposed to happen months ago. Okay, the New Day was supposed to hold all the titles months ago, but Biggie got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because that's a marketable thing. The New Day holding all the titles.
Really should have seen that coming.
Yeah, so so now Kofi's coming to the end of his run, which I have a feeling it's coming to an end at SummerSlam, based on what we've seen so far and what we know about Fox executives. Okay. So they want to do this while they're still able to. So now you got the New Day as the 6-time tag team champions. And it was fun. It was good tag team wrestling. Tonight was a good night for tag team wrestling. Honestly,
not all tag team wrestling.
You know what? I didn't hate that either. But it was there. The New Day won.
Perfectly satisfying.
We're getting that. Do I agree with it? Not really. But
I dig
it's a thing. It's a marketable thing. The WWE is all about marketable things.
Now we just have to wait and see what Daniel Bryan's career-altering announcement's going to be, whatever the hell that is.
It's probably not going to be anything. They're just going to keep us all in suspense.
Not got to be anything substantial. If it was anything substantial, they wouldn't be dragging it out.
Angle. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But elsewhere, we got the match that finally determined what the fate of the Scholars of Wrestling champion would be. It's AJ Styles with the club defeating Ricochet to become the new United States champion.
Match of the night for me.
Yes.
It actually was.
Easily.
All Scholars of Wrestling hype alone.
The texting that was going on during this match. I wish I could put it up to the screen. I probably could, but that doesn't make for good viewing, so I'm not going to do it.
Maybe one of these days we'll have the budget to do just that.
But it added to the match. Okay, the fact that this was the deciding match and what was and it's one of those things. Okay, you just bought back the club. Okay, I get what everybody was going for. Ricochet just won the title. It's a big thing. It's a big thing for him to be able to overcome the odds. And I still think he's going to do it. Okay, but in order to be able to do it, you have to fall first. Okay, you want to go for this big underdog story. And it's... the best underdogs are chasers. You got to be chasing. Okay? Basic storytelling here. The AJ Styles, Ricochet is putting up the best fight he's able to put up against these three men. Okay, because the referee isn't throwing these guys out. They're down there causing havoc. Okay, and AJ Styles is taking advantage of it as any good heel would do. So good storytelling means you don't overcome that the first match that you have against these guys. You get screwed over. You now are the chaser. Okay, and it makes it that much sweeter. It gets you that more over when you inevitably overcome those odds and get your title back. That's why I was all in on AJ Styles from the beginning. As soon as the club, as soon as they bought back, and second of all, if AJ Styles loses, okay, I'm not one of those guys who is like, oh, AJ Styles, Gallows, and Anderson, it's the club. Okay, they're not gonna get hurt with a loss here. Yes, they are. Okay, why do I care? Why do I care about the club? Okay, you already had Carl Anderson lose to Ricochet. Okay, why do I care if AJ Styles can't beat him with the help of two other guys?
They needed this. They, as a unit, all collectively needed this. And I'm very glad to see it go the way that it did.
This was exactly what it needed to be. It's AJ Styles and Ricochet, so you know the match itself is got to be amazing. Mm-hmm. Okay, they can't have a bad match. Mm-hmm. And with the storytelling element involved, okay, it brought it over the top. Easily match of the night. Mm-hmm. Easily.
Now, speaking of being what it needed to be, I think it's a safe bet to say we didn't see this one coming. Kevin Owens defeated Dolph Ziggler in 17 seconds.
It was an angle.
There's really
no need to really talking about it. Really,
it was always going to be an angle. Okay, then Kevin Owens talked more shit about Shane McMahon.
As he does.
Did what it did. We need it on the show? No.
No, we didn't. And
no, we really didn't.
Yeah.
It makes Dolph Ziggler look like a bitch, but they've been making him do that for like 10 years now. So it's just more of the same. So, but
all right, moving on.
Gets Kevin Owens more over. Whatever.
Moving on. Anyway, this was just the break time between the actual main events. Starting with Kofi Kingston defeating Samoa Joe to retain his title.
The one sad thing about this is, once again, it was another dead crowd. But it's like you can understand why they were dead on this, because there was just no chance.
You knew
that's what you got.
You knew that Samoa Joe was going to lose.
There was no point of being invested.
Yeah, we did.
You predict. I was watching your predictions and just
we don't worry about that. We don't worry about that.
But it was I'm just watching as you're talking about this match. I'm like, no, there's no Kofi Kingston.
That's all in the past.
No, Kofi Kingston.
We don't need to talk about that. Nope. It's all in the past.
There was no way Kofi was losing this match. I'm just happy it wasn't like fluke roll up. Okay, at least
it was a decisive win.
At least Samoa Joe is getting decisively pinned now, instead of whatever was happening during that Rey Mysterio feud.
The one good thing about it is they actually kind of brought that into the match. That Coquina Clutch usually, like when he puts him in Coquina Clutch and people just roll him up from that one, he's just like, nope, I'm learning from my mistakes. And yeah, that was really it. It was these two guys who know how to work with each other. It's hard to get invested in it because you knew what the outcome was going to be.
And it's hard because this was like Kofi Kingston and Dolph Ziggler at Super Showdown. It felt like a practice warm-up match for something more, for something better that we know that we're not going to get. At least that one, you knew it was leading to something more. This felt like a house show match that was building, that would build to something more. The difference is we're not going to get it. Because now they're moving on to Kofi versus Randy Orton. So but that makes it even the more disappointing that we didn't get everything we could get out of this match.
Only for now. But then again, they can easily push that Samoa Joe button in my eyes anytime they wanted, saying, okay, you know what? You got lucky last time. Next time I'm coming for what's mine.
But here's the problem. Okay, he always loses. It's starting as much as you think it's not starting to hurt him, it actually is.
I can see him being in the position where he's starting to ride the line if he's not handled in the right way going forward. But I have confidence in the skill of Joe alone. And I've got some confidence in the changing paradigms of the creative team backstage at both Raw and SmackDown. So, yeah, he's being moved on to other pastures right now. But as far as the future,
They don't even know what that other pasture is, though.
I still want to believe. I still have hope. But speaking of hope, we finally moved on to our main event. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch defeated Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans. It was around this time when all the entrances were coming out that I was reminded that my Venmo to the production team did go through. Got some really high quality camera angles right there. Great camera work.
I knew you would love that.
Great work.
I knew
Great
it.
work. The best work.
I knew you would love that.
Yeah, I knew that was good.
I was like, I saw that.
I'll be disappointed if you didn't bring that up.
I was like, I saw that,
What?
and I was like, Jeff needs to tell.
I've got friends in high places. What can I say?
He needs a pillow.
he needs a pillow and a towel.
I don't need a pillow for anything right now.
To cover it up, man.
And
Who's covering it up?
I will say
I'm not
this.
covering up anything. What are you talking
Gross.
about?
I will say this. Okay. Was it the worst thing on the show?
Yes.
Yes.
It really was.
Did I hate it? No, I didn't.
I did. It was
Because
I'll buy
the
that.
match was a complete mess.
It seemed like it went a little too long for my taste.
I don't like.
Here's the thing. Extreme rules. So that means anything can happen. You can do whatever you want, and you can't get disqualified.
I didn't like that they were waiting for tags.
Why?
I'll admit that.
Why are the reason they were making they had to have tags is because women can't fight men, so it was just men versus men and women versus women. So the question is, what the hell would happen if actually during the match they intergender starts fighting, a woman starts beating, Becky Lynch starts fighting Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin starts actually during the match taking on Becky Lynch. Nothing would have happened because they couldn't get disqualified. So the whole thing was just, it took everyone out of the match because they're trying to get this whole man can't hit women. The match was not. It was not good. I didn't like it at all.
Here's the deal. Okay, I think I'm giving this extra points because I really enjoyed Baron Corbin hitting the end of days on
But
Becky
that was
Lynch.
after the match. You can't. But for the match itself,
Wasn't it? I thought that was how Seth Rollins got really pissed and got the pin.
I thought he already had the pin.
No, I don't think he did. That was during the middle of the match,
I think
thought.
Seth, Baron Corbin hit Becky Lynch with the end of days. Seth Rollins threw a shit fit, started hitting him with chairs, hit the curb stomp
I swear I thought
3 times, and then got the pin.
So in other words, this match wasn't all that memorable for you.
Nope.
Yeah, obviously not.
There you go.
That was just at that point. I was like, when Baron Corbin hit the end of days.
That was the only highlight of the whole thing.
But I was like, that they actually did that. I can't completely shit on this match, and that's just a me thing.
I'm hoping this means that they're opening the door to more intergender matches in the future.
Not going to happen.
Absolutely not.
This is an Impact.
This was a one-time deal.
This made me think, though.
No.
It made me think.
It made you think, but it's WWE. It's not Impact. Impact does Tessa Blanchard versus Sami Callihan. That will never happen in WWE. In WWE, you had Chris Jericho hitting Stacy Keibler in the head with chairs. Okay, what came out of that? Nothing.
Different era in wrestling.
It's not going to happen.
But you know what did happen?
You know what did happen?
My vindication.
Not 50-50. You were only half right.
I still called the cash in.
You still called the cash in, but just on the wrong person.
Bork Laser cashed in. His Money in the Bank beat Dolph Ziggler.
What?
Dolph
Ziggler?
Dolph Ziggler. Where did that come from? I'm getting tired. Seth Rollins, not Dolph Ziggler. Brock Lesnar is your Universal Champion, and I need a nap. Good night.
And people online didn't like this. Okay, but you know what? You know what?
You got the floor.
I'm not. I know why you like it. Here's the deal. Okay, for me, Seth Rollins' title reign was shit.
Well, that's what happens when you have him face one guy for 3 months. And he lost his mind while holding the title on Twitter and out. So I'm like, okay, you need some time. Okay, and Brock Lesnar was always going to be a champion. He was always going to cash in and win. That wasn't ever not going to be the case. So we hoped it would be on Kofi because it would be something new. I'm like, when this happened, I was like, yeah, it's bad creative that caused Seth Rollins' reign to be shit. But I'm okay with this because I don't want to see Seth Rollins as champion anymore. I'm good with not having him as champion. And you know he's going to get his rematch. And he's probably going to lose that. And Seth Rollins is an awesome heel champion. Awesome heel champion. Okay? I don't like Seth Rollins as a face. I don't. It's me. I don't like it. I've seen him as a heel champion. It was legendary. It was one of the best title reigns I've seen in a long time. And I just don't like him as a face. It doesn't work. Okay, you put him in the storyline with Becky Lynch. You force that. They might have great chemistry off screen. It obviously works, but on screen, holy shit.
Boring.
So it's... Yeah, bad storylines, but I don't like him as a face either. Okay, do I like the fact that Brock Lesnar is champion? No. I don't like the fact that we're going back to this well. Okay, but I think I personally need a break from Seth Rollins as champion.
Yeah, I agree. I did not like Seth Rollins as champion. I was at this point mostly bored with him. And
anyone at this point is better than Baron Corbin. Give it to Brock as long as it's not Baron. I don't care.
True enough.
That's it.
That's the one thing that I feel like that would be the thing that hurt Seth Rollins' title reign is because of the fact that they didn't try anything new with him. They just basically kept going to this one well of the well that no one wanted. That is Baron Corbin.
Well, they gave him
three separate occasions. This is the third one. This event where it was a decided victory that he already had 2 clear wins to the point where we didn't need this. One match is over. Okay, now move on to bigger and better things and actually have him build on a title reign. I mean, look at Kofi Kingston's title reign. Since WrestleMania, for both guys, they both won at WrestleMania. Kofi's faced off against 5 guys for the championship. At least the only real difference is It may have been 5 guys. But it was
I want a burger now.
Oh, yeah. I definitely love eating 5 guys. It's just so yummy. 5 guys are just so yummy.
That's
Tell
what she
me
said.
more.
Oh,
That's
delicious.
what she said.
She's a whore.
It's just the fact that I can look at it for both guys. Both title reigns have gotten pretty stale to the fact that because they keep giving the same storyline for these guys. Yes, Kofi had more competitors, but it was the same storyline, just different guys saying it. So the one big things with these title reigns is that I'm not blaming the guy. It's like, you're tired of Seth Rollins a face. I'm not. I can actually see Seth Rollins as a good, strong face champion. It's just the question on who he's facing and what the creative can go for. So I'm not putting so much blame on Seth Rollins for this lackluster title reign. It's just the fact that Vince is thinking Baron Corbin is such a sexy dude that he has to keep going for this title, keep going for the title, and keep decisively losing. So why keep doing this over again? This whole feud.
And the stipulation didn't even work because Baron Corbin's getting a shot at the title.
Yeah, now that Brock Lesnar's champion, yeah.
I'm like,
as long as Seth is champion.
I know, but
At
least if you're gonna make that stipulation, at least let it hang out for a little bit.
Technicalities.
Going back to what I said earlier, with the storyline we talked about, they could have actually held that on for a while.
Yeah.
But now it's just a way for them to have Lacey Evans away from the title. Sorry, the whole vision of Lacey Evans as women's champion on SummerSlam, it's not happening now. I'm sorry, folks.
Don't even say WrestleMania.
I said SummerSlam.
No,
I told him. I told him.
All right.
SummerSlam. It's now not.
But
no, she's probably gonna do your prediction at this past WrestleMania, and she's gonna win the women's WrestleMania Battle Royal.
At least in that case, the entrance is going to be amazing.
I can't believe I'm putting this out in the stratosphere right now. Hello, Royal Rumble.
And soon, one day, all will be right with the world. But until then, that's Extreme Rules in a nutshell. Obviously, we had quite the results from it. But if you had to give this show a beard rating, 1 through 5, what would you give it?
Oh no, it was actually, when it comes to the wrestling, it was actually a really good show. Except the last match I don't include the cash in. The cash in is not a real match; it's an angle. But when it comes to the last match sucked for me. But all in all, the lower card was actually a really strong card, and the wrestlers put on really good matches. I'll give it a full beard, 4 out of 5. Bless you.
I will do the same, 4 out of 5. A lot of really good things to enjoy here. Obviously, Lacey lost the match, yeah, but them camera angles, though, 4 out of 5, full beard.
If we're going legitimate, it'll be full beard across the board. But, come on. Okay,
we are
added Glee rating. I take glee in being able to in being able to do what I did, taking back my title of Scholar of Douchery. You want to be a douche? I will douche you 10 times harder. Just because of that, I'm giving it a goat face.
Okay.
We're still waiting for that ultimate douche move on me, because you may have won the belt, but you didn't cash in on me.
I know. I'm the ultimate douche move is to have someone think that they can come in here, win the title, win the title. Okay, it's not one of the three of us. Someone else come in, win the title, and me just be like, nope, give it here. That's what I call the ultimate douche move. You'll get yours someday. But as for now,
well, I'll just keep going with the fact that we just keep trying to outdouche each other. And that's the glory of our rivalry.
But you wait. As for now, I think I hold it. Because while you cashed in on one of our own, okay, I cashed in on a hopeful outsider. It was like, nope, I'm bringing it back home where it belongs.
Oh, there's gonna be far more shenanigans to come, especially as we continue on.
Shenanigans are fun.
Shenanigans on the road to SummerSlam. But before we get to that, right now it's the time in the show where we turn it over to you, our wrestling viewing and listening audience all across the internet. What did you think of Extreme Rules? Who is the rightful champion? Do you agree with the way that things went at
The rightful champion.
The rightful champion.
He's the rightful champion.
Who should be the champion? What ended up happening at Extreme Rules? What did you really think? Who's got the most diseases? We want to hear from you.
Which wrestling show was actually your favorite of this past weekend? There were 4 different shows.
I feel like I need to catch up on Evolve, but everything I've been hearing is just very, very impressive.
I'm not even going to say that I had a favorite show. I think the weekend itself
It was a win.
Was very good for wrestling as a whole.
Something for everybody.
I'm like, there was nothing that was bad.
No.
Absolutely. So we want to hear from you. What did you like the most? Let us know all across the internet, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you are. Join the conversation, especially on Twitter. You can check us out at ScholarsOW, our main account for all the latest episode uploads. Fool, where can they reach you?
You can reach me at the Avataric.
And the new Scholars of Wrestling champion, where can they reach you?
You can find me at Atomic Beanpool.
And I'm Robbie Rage. Follow us all, join the conversation, because you know who we are. We are the Scholars of Wrestling, and you have just been schooled.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
I'm missing it. See you all next week, and eventually we'll get that right.